In this video, I'm going to talk about the benefits of journaling as well as who can benefit from it. So let's get started. Hi everyone, my name is Hannah and I am a huge fan of journaling. But it gets kind of a bad rap, like it's only something for girls or teenagers. But that's really unfortunate because it downplays all of the potential benefits that journaling has to offer. So nowadays people definitely tend to think of it like it's a feminine activity, but it really should be seen as gender neutral. But if you're a guy and you're still worried, then just know that there have been some really prominent figures like Da Vinci, Einstein, Churchill, and even George Lucas who have all journaled for different reasons. So now that we're clear that journaling isn't just something that teenage girls do, let's talk about who all journaling can actually help. And honestly, it can help anyone who's open to doing it. If you're someone who gets overwhelmed and overshares, if you don't understand your feelings or how to deal with them, if you're in a constant state of negativity, if you want to be more creative, if you've dealt with trauma or illness or you're still dealing with it, or if you want to keep your mind more agile, then journaling is great for that. Personally, it's helped me overcome anxiety and depression, and it's also helped me to understand my body a whole lot more. Those are just a few things, but there's so many other things that it can help with too. So let's talk about a list of some potential benefits and why I think you should consider journaling too. Journaling can help to lessen anxiety and depression. So this first one is a huge one. It's something that's become so prevalent in society, so I wanted to mention it first. Before I ever started journaling, I was a complete mess. If I was ever triggered over something that made me anxious or I was feeling depressed, I couldn't help but obsess over it, and then usually what would happen is that I would have to go to my best friend and tell her about everything that I was worrying about. I really appreciated the fact that she would let me vent about everything that I was going through, and it would help in the short term, but it didn't usually leave me feeling better in the long term, and I hated knowing that I was just unleashing everything onto her. At the time, I felt that if I could just tell someone about my problems, then it would make everything better, but all it did was create this loop in my mind where I couldn't really deal with my issues, and instead I would just end up in this emotional rabbit hole. So this area is probably where journaling has been the most helpful for me, and I think it's because there's something about writing down your issues in a space where you can be as open with your thoughts and feelings as possible, and that can make it easier to not only deal with those issues, but also let some of the underlying feelings go. Journaling can help you learn what you're feeling and offer your own solution. So it can be really difficult to recognize what you're feeling a lot of the time, and sometimes it can just feel like you either need to go out and overshare, or that you have to keep it all bottled up inside and just hope that those feelings go away. The thing is that while negative feelings can sometimes go away on their own, if you don't actually know what your body is feeling or even acknowledge the emotion, then it can end up making your feelings get mushed into this jumbled mess, one where you don't know if you're angry, sad, scared, or whatever. So by journaling, you can get everything out in front of you and do some problem solving. And you can do this by writing everything out, and it'll allow you to connect the dots about what kind of emotions you're feeling and what exactly is triggering those feelings. So this is a great skill to develop because if you can start to recognize what your triggers are and exactly what emotions you're feeling, then you can deal with those things even when you're not journaling, which is pretty awesome. Journaling can help protect your brain. So not only can journaling help with your emotional state, but it's even been shown to keep your memory great, as well as improving your mood and even your immune system when you write in an expressive way. So if you're looking for a way to improve your physical health through writing, then writing about your emotions or traumatic experiences can lead to that. So I'll put a link to the article discussing those benefits in the description so you can check it out if you like. Document the positives. So I don't want you to think that journaling is only about writing about your negative experiences. That can definitely be a big part of it, especially if you're trying to deal with anxiety and stuff like that. But it can also be a space to document the good or even neutral parts of your daily life. So our brains are hardwired to look for patterns, so the more consistently that you're reinforcing these negative thoughts, the more common that they're going to become. By journaling about the not so negative stuff in your life, you're helping your brain to recognize more positive patterns in your life. So if you find that you're like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, then it can be so easy to get stuck in this mind frame and difficult to even know how to recognize good things when they happen. But by thoughtfully thinking back to something that made you feel good in the recent past and then writing it down, you're starting to help your brain to have a new pattern to look for that can be built upon. Journal to build discipline and creativity. So journaling can be about so much more than just writing out your feelings. And I don't want to downplay that aspect because it's huge, but it can also be about getting your creative ideas and aspirations out. And it can also help you to develop discipline by making a habit of journaling each day, even if it's only for 5 minutes. It might seem like a small step towards becoming disciplined, but when you can see that you can be disciplined in that area, then you might start to realize that you can be disciplined in other areas too. So those are just some of the exciting benefits that journaling can provide. And something fun about journaling is that you can have one journal for everything, or you can have one for your creativity, gratitude, and then one for your emotions. It's really up to you. The next step is figuring out how to start your own journal. So in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do just that and how to create a stable habit that can help you to develop discipline and a healthier well-being. So if you haven't already, then please make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on that video or other videos that will help you gain your happiest, healthiest, and best self. Also, I would love to know if you're already journaling, or if journaling sounds like something you'd like to try, which benefit seems the most appealing to you. So let me know down in the comments.